Confidence is a silent force that governs influence, decision-making, and the way the world perceives you. Most people settle for ordinary confidence, the kind that allows them to navigate life with mild assurance, yet falters under challenge. Dangerous confidence is different. It is unwavering, compelling, and magnetic. It is the kind of confidence that turns hesitation into action, fear into opportunity, and doubt into dominance. This is not arrogance or reckless bravado. It is mastery of the mind, body, and perception that signals competence and authority in every interaction. To become dangerously confident, you must first understand its origin. Confidence begins internally, rooted in skill, preparation, and self-awareness. External circumstances can amplify it, but true, an unshakable confidence is forged in private, in the hours of disciplined practice, in the reflection after mistakes, in the commitment to act decisively regardless of fear. Those who appear dangerous in their confidence have trained themselves to respond to any situation with certainty, regardless of risk, opposition, or uncertainty. This confidence is visible. People sense it immediately through posture, eye contact, tone of voice, and subtle energy. Dangerous confidence is both persuasive and intimidating. It attracts allies and commands respect because it signals that the individual is prepared, capable, and unflappable. It is the quiet assurance that comes not from boasting, but from knowing you can handle whatever arises. Developing this level of confidence requires deliberate action. It demands mastery of three pillars: mental certainty, emotional resilience, and physical presence. Mentally, you must train your mind to act decisively, embrace uncertainty, and trust in your ability to solve problems under pressure. Emotionally, you must cultivate the ability to remain composed, unshaken by criticism, failure, or unexpected obstacles. Physically, your body must communicate authority. Posture, gestures, and presence must reinforce the inner conviction that you are in control. Dangerous confidence is strategic. It is not reckless, it is calculated. Individuals with this mindset understand when to assert themselves, when to remain silent, and when to act. Every decision, every interaction is measured and deliberate, creating an aura of inevitability that draws attention, influence, and respect. The more consistent your actions align with your self-belief, the more others perceive your competence and gravitate toward your leadership. Mastery of skill underpins dangerous confidence. People who exude this level of assurance are not merely self-assured, they are skilled, capable, and prepared. Confidence without competence is fragile. Competence without confidence is invisible. The fusion of the two creates power. Each new skill learned, each challenge overcome, adds layers to the foundation of internal certainty, reinforcing a persona that others instinctively recognize as dangerous in its effectiveness. Finally, dangerous confidence requires a mindset of action. Indecision erodes self-assurance. Hesitation signals doubt. By committing to act, even in uncertainty, you cultivate a feedback loop. Action reinforces competence. So competence reinforces self-belief, and self-belief fuels more decisive action. Over time, this cycle embeds confidence into the very core of behavior, creating a presence that is both undeniable and influential. In the chapters that follow, we will explore the practical strategies, psychological insights, and actionable methods to cultivate dangerous confidence in every aspect of life. You will learn how to master your mind, control your emotions, project authority, make decisions under pressure, and develop a level of self-assurance that commands respect, influence, and power. This is your path to becoming dangerously confident, the kind of person whose presence, decisions, and actions make an impact that cannot be ignored. To Chapter 1. The Foundation of Dangerous Confidence. Dangerous confidence is more than a superficial display of self-assurance. It is the convergence of internal certainty, emotional resilience, decisiveness, and a commanding presence. Individuals with dangerous confidence exude authority, influence outcomes, and navigate challenges with composure regardless of external circumstances. Understanding the foundation of this mindset is essential for cultivating it in oneself. The first step in developing dangerous confidence is cultivating mental certainty. Mental certainty is the unwavering belief in one's ability to navigate life's challenges effectively. It is rooted in preparation, knowledge, skill acquisition, and experience. Competence produces confidence. Those who master their craft naturally project assurance. But a dangerous confidence is not bravado. It is the internal conviction that one can act decisively and succeed. Equally important is self-awareness. Understanding one's strengths, weaknesses, tendencies, and triggers creates a mental map that allows strategic action rather than reactive behavior. Self-awareness provides clarity, enabling individuals to operate from a position of understanding rather than guesswork. Dangerous confidence is grounded in truth, the recognition of what one knows, what one can learn, and what one can delegate. Another foundational component is emotional resilience. Life presents stress, setbacks, and unpredictability. Confidence is unshakable when individuals can maintain composure and focus under pressure. Resilience is cultivated through exposure to challenges, reflection, and practice. The ability to remain calm, collected, and decisive, even when facing adversity, is a hallmark of dangerous confidence. Decision-making ability is also central. Dangerous confidence is not passive, it manifests through action. Individuals who master decision-making under uncertainty and pressure project authority. They evaluate risks, consider outcomes, and act decisively. Hesitation undermines confidence, while decisive action reinforces self-assurance and signals capability to others. Physical presence reinforces internal confidence. Posture, movement, voice, and spatial awareness convey authority before a word is spoken. Individuals who stand tall, move deliberately, and maintain controlled eye contact project composure and control. Dangerous confidence is tangible, but it is felt by others through the projection of mental certainty and self-assured physicality. Social influence is another facet. Confidence amplifies impact when it can persuade, inspire, or guide others without manipulation. Those with dangerous confidence communicate authority ethically, drawing respect naturally. Influence is a byproduct of competence, composure, and consistency, not coercion. Focus and attention management ensure that confidence is effective. Individuals who concentrate fully on objectives, prioritize actions, and minimize distractions achieve results consistently. Focused energy enhances decision-making, amplifies influence, and reinforces internal belief. Dangerous confidence thrives when attention is deliberate and unwavering. Lastly, self-belief is the glue that binds these elements. An unshakable internal belief allows individuals to act with decisiveness, even when outcomes are uncertain. Self-belief is cultivated through competence, experience, and reflection. Dangerous confidence is self-sustaining because it rests on proven capability rather than external validation. In summary, the foundation of dangerous confidence is built on mental certainty, self-awareness, emotional resilience, decisiveness, physical presence, social influence, focus, and self-belief. These elements form a cohesive framework that, when integrated, produce a persona that commands attention, respect, and authority. Mastery of these principles allows individuals to navigate challenges with poise, act decisively, and project an aura of confidence that is impossible to ignore. Chapter 2. Mastering emotional resilience to handle fear and pressure. Dangerously confident individuals understand that confidence is not merely a mental state, it is deeply intertwined with emotional resilience. Fear, stress, and external pressure are inevitable, and the ability to remain composed under these conditions separates ordinary confidence from the dangerous, commanding kind. Emotional resilience allows the mind to navigate adversity without hesitation, maintain clarity in high-stakes situations, and act decisively regardless of external circumstances. The foundation of emotional resilience is awareness. Recognizing emotional triggers, events, people, or situations that provoke stress, doubt, or tension is critical. Self-awareness allows individuals to anticipate reactions and respond deliberately rather than react impulsively. By observing emotions objectively and without judgment, one creates the mental space necessary to act strategically, reinforcing the internal certainty that underlies dangerous confidence. Control over physiological responses is equally important. The body and mind are inseparable. Tension, rapid heartbeat, and shallow breathing can amplify feelings of doubt or fear. Techniques such as deep, controlled breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and mindful grounding stabilize physiological responses, allowing the mind to maintain composure. By managing the body's reaction to stress, confidence is preserved and projected outwardly, signaling control and authority to others. Reframing fear is a powerful tool. Rather than suppressing or ignoring fear, dangerous confidence involves interpreting it as data and opportunity. Fear signals awareness of risk, not incapability. By analyzing the source of anxiety and treating it as a signal to prepare and act, individuals convert emotional energy into proactive decision-making. Over time, this reframing transforms fear from a hindrance into a mechanism that sharpens focus and enhances confidence. Exposure to controlled stress strengthens emotional resilience. Gradually confronting challenging situations, public speaking, high-stakes negotiation, or unfamiliar tasks conditions the mind to respond without panic. Each successful engagement reinforces the belief that one can handle pressure, reducing sensitivity to fear over time. But habituation to stress ensures that confidence persists even under extreme circumstances. Cognitive restructuring reinforces resilience. Negative or catastrophic thinking undermines confidence, creating exaggerated perceptions of threat or incompetence. By consciously challenging these thoughts and replacing them with realistic, solution-oriented perspectives, individuals strengthen self-assurance. For example, transforming "I might fail" into "I have prepared and can handle this challenge" conditions the mind to maintain composure and decisiveness. Maintaining perspective is essential. High-pressure situations often feel disproportionately intense in the moment. Stepping back, assessing long-term consequences, and evaluating stakes rationally prevent overreaction. Individuals who consistently practice perspective-taking develop the ability to prioritize what truly matters, avoiding unnecessary anxiety and preserving mental clarity. This clarity is critical for sustaining dangerous confidence under pressure. Emotional resilience is reinforced through reflection. After facing a challenging situation, analyzing responses, successes, and mistakes consolidates learning and strengthens internal belief. Reflection ensures that resilience grows from experience rather than trial and error alone. Each review provides actionable insights, refining strategies for managing fear and stress in future scenarios. Support networks enhance resilience by providing perspective and validation. Trusted peers, mentors, or advisors offer constructive feedback, guidance, and reassurance. And while dangerous confidence is internally generated, social reinforcement accelerates the development of composure and self-assurance. Engaging with individuals who model emotional control further strengthens the ability to remain unshaken in high-pressure environments. Consistency in applying these techniques is crucial. Emotional resilience is not developed overnight. It is cultivated through repeated exposure, practice, and reflection. Daily habits of self-awareness, breath control, cognitive reframing, perspective-taking, and reflective analysis embed composure into the individual's response patterns. Over time, these habits create an automatic ability to remain steady, confident, and decisive regardless of stress. Integration of mental certainty and emotional resilience produces a synergistic effect. The mind's clarity, and coupled with composure under pressure, enables action that is both calculated and assertive. Fear no longer dictates behavior. Instead, it is acknowledged, assessed, and converted into actionable energy. The combination of internal certainty and emotional control generates the presence, decisiveness, and gravitas associated with dangerous confidence. In summary, mastering emotional resilience requires awareness, physiological control, fear reframing, exposure to controlled stress, cognitive restructuring, perspective-taking, reflection, supportive networks, and consistent practice. These strategies allow individuals to maintain composure, act decisively, and project unshakable confidence even in the most challenging circumstances. Emotional resilience transforms potential vulnerability into strength, enabling confidence that is truly dangerous in its clarity, decisiveness, and influence. Chapter 3. Projecting authority through physical presence. Dangerous confidence is visible before a word is spoken. The body communicates power, composure, and certainty in ways that influence perception, command respect, and reinforce internal belief. Physical presence, posture, gestures, movement, and spatial awareness is a key pillar of confidence. Those who master it project authority effortlessly, making others perceive them as capable, decisive, and unflappable. The foundation of physical presence is posture. Standing tall with shoulders back, head held high, and a stable stance signals strength and readiness. Posture affects both perception and internal state. An upright posture not only conveys authority to others, but also reinforces the individual's internal confidence. Slouched or tense posture, on the other hand, invites doubt, reduces perceived competence, and undermines mental certainty. Eye contact is equally powerful. Maintaining steady, controlled eye contact communicates attentiveness, confidence, and decisiveness. It signals that one is present, engaged, and unafraid to assert themselves in social and professional situations. However, excessive or aggressive staring can be counterproductive. Balance is key. Practicing intentional eye contact during conversations or presentations helps condition both perception and self-assurance. Gestures and movement contribute to a confident presence. Controlled, deliberate movements convey authority and composure, while erratic or nervous gestures diminish perceived competence. Simple habits such as measured hand movements, minimal fidgeting, and smooth transitions between actions enhance projection of confidence. Movement should align with intention. Every gesture should reinforce the narrative of competence and decisiveness. Voice and tone are extensions of physical presence. A controlled, steady, and clear voice signals authority. Dangerous confidence is reflected in the ability to modulate volume, pace, and inflection to suit context. Speaking too softly or rapidly may convey uncertainty, while measured articulation conveys mastery and credibility. Voice projection combined with deliberate pauses amplifies the perception of decisiveness. Spatial awareness influences perceived dominance and confidence. How one occupies space communicates boundaries, authority, and composure. Standing or sitting in a manner that commands space without aggression demonstrates self-assuredness. Strategic positioning in meetings, social interactions, or public spaces subtly conveys confidence and control over one's environment. Physical conditioning supports presence. Energy, posture, and composure are reinforced by health and vitality. Regular exercise, strength training, and endurance work increase stamina, body awareness, and projection of power. The body's readiness translates into mental confidence, creating a synergy between internal belief and external presentation. Neglecting physical conditioning can weaken both presence and perceived authority. Mirroring confidence in others can enhance influence. Subtle alignment with the posture, gestures, hand pace of interlocutors creates rapport while maintaining dominance. Mirroring demonstrates social awareness and control without compromising one's authority. Mastery of such nuanced physical cues strengthens perception of competence and reinforces internal confidence simultaneously. Attention to micro-expressions is critical. Facial expressions reflect emotional state and can either support or undermine confidence. Controlled expressions that align with intention, calm, composed, assertive, reinforce credibility. Avoiding involuntary displays of doubt, frustration, or impatience ensures that physical presence projects consistent assurance. Over time, these controlled expressions become habitual, further embedding the projection of dangerous confidence. Breathing patterns influence both physical presence and mental state. Deep to steady breaths reduce tension, stabilize the voice, and signal composure. Shallow or rapid breathing conveys stress, undermining both perception and internal state. Incorporating mindful breathing into daily routines ensures that under pressure, physical presence remains composed and commanding. Preparation enhances physical confidence. Individuals who anticipate challenges, rehearse movements, and practice presentations or interactions translate readiness into presence. Confidence in the body mirrors confidence in the mind. Each reinforces the other. Physical preparation ensures that actions are deliberate, movements are purposeful, and presence communicates mastery. In summary, projecting authority through physical presence requires mastery of posture, eye contact, gestures, movement, voice, spatial awareness, physical conditioning, mirroring, micro-expressions, breathing, and preparation. Each element reinforces both perception and internal confidence, creating an aura of dangerous assurance. The body becomes a vessel for projecting decisiveness. Chapter 1, Building Mental Certainty. Dangerous confidence begins in the mind. Before it manifests in actions, posture, or voice, it is rooted in a mindset that is unwavering, decisive, and resilient. Mental certainty is the foundation of all unshakable confidence. It allows individuals to navigate uncertainty without hesitation, trust in their judgment, and act decisively regardless of circumstances. Without this internal clarity, even the most skilled or capable individual can falter under pressure. The first step in building mental certainty is self-awareness. Understanding your strengths, weaknesses, and patterns of thought provides clarity about where your competence lies and where it can grow. Reflecting on past successes and failures allows the mind to distinguish between genuine limitations and self-imposed doubts. This awareness is crucial because mental certainty does not require perfection. It requires an honest understanding of one's capabilities and a commitment to act within and expand them. Next, deliberate focus is essential. The human mind is easily distracted, susceptible to doubts, and vulnerable to external influence. To cultivate dangerous confidence, one must practice concentrating on objectives with precision, filtering out noise and irrelevant input. Techniques such as goal visualization, priority mapping, and mental rehearsal enhance focus, allowing the mind to operate with clarity even when situations are complex or chaotic. Focused attention reinforces the belief that one can manage challenges effectively. Decision-making under uncertainty is another pillar of mental certainty. Dangerous confidence is not the absence of doubt, but the ability to act decisively despite it. Indecision erodes self-assurance, and signals vulnerability to others. To strengthen decisiveness, practice making choices with incomplete information, using structured reasoning while trusting intuition developed through experience. Each decision taken and executed reinforces confidence in one's judgment, creating a mental framework that supports consistent action under pressure. Visualization is a practical technique for building certainty. By mentally rehearsing scenarios, responses, and outcomes, the mind becomes accustomed to anticipating challenges and executing strategies effectively. This practice not only prepares the brain for actual events, but also conditions belief in one's ability to succeed. Mental rehearsal transforms abstract confidence into actionable readiness, creating a foundation for the decisiveness and composure associated with dangerous confidence. Control over internal dialogue is critical. Self-talk shapes perception and action. Doubt, fear, or negative narratives weaken mental certainty and compromise decision-making. Deliberately replacing unproductive thoughts with constructive, reality-based statements strengthens the internal conviction that one is capable. Statements such as, "I am prepared to handle this," or "I can adapt and overcome," rewire cognitive patterns over time, and reinforcing the foundation of mental certainty. Knowledge and preparation underpin certainty. Individuals with dangerous confidence do not rely on blind optimism. They combine skill, insight, and strategy to reinforce belief in their competence. Thorough preparation reduces uncertainty, allowing decisions and actions to flow from an informed perspective rather than fear. This alignment of knowledge and execution ensures that confidence is credible, both internally and externally. Resilience strengthens mental certainty by providing stability under stress. The mind must be trained to respond to setbacks and criticism without collapsing. Cognitive strategies, such as reframing challenges as opportunities, analyzing failure objectively, and maintaining perspective, prevent external circumstances from eroding internal confidence. Resilient thinkers maintain composure, reinforcing belief in their ability to handle adversity without hesitation. Incremental mastery builds certainty over time. By progressively engaging in more challenging tasks and successfully navigating complexity, the mind accumulates evidence of capability. Each completed task or overcome obstacle reinforces internal belief, creating a compounding effect. Dangerous confidence is not developed overnight. It is the result of repeated, deliberate engagement with challenges that expand competence and reinforce decisiveness. Finally, alignment between thought and action cements mental certainty. Confidence is not merely cognitive, it manifests through behavior. Acting in accordance with decisions, even when outcomes are uncertain, generates a feedback loop. Action confirms competence, high competence reinforces self-belief, and self-belief fuels further decisive action. Over time, this integration transforms confidence into an automatic response, producing the magnetic and commanding presence associated with dangerous confidence. In summary, building mental certainty requires self-awareness, deliberate focus, decisiveness under uncertainty, visualization, control over self-talk, preparation, resilience, incremental mastery, and alignment between thought and action. These strategies collectively create a mind that is unwavering, clear, and decisive. A mind capable of generating the foundation upon which dangerous confidence is built. In the next chapter, we will explore mastering emotional resilience to handle fear and pressure, demonstrating how to maintain composure and unshakable self-assurance under all circumstances. Chapter 2. Mastering emotional resilience to handle fear and pressure. Dangerously confident individuals understand that confidence is not merely a mental state, it is deeply intertwined with emotional resilience. Fear, stress, and external pressure are inevitable, And the ability to remain composed under these conditions separates ordinary confidence from the dangerous, commanding kind. Emotional resilience allows the mind to navigate adversity without hesitation, maintain clarity in high-stakes situations, and act decisively regardless of external circumstances. The foundation of emotional resilience is awareness, recognizing emotional triggers, events, people, or situations that provoke stress, doubt, or tension is critical. A self-awareness allows individuals to anticipate reactions and respond deliberately rather than react impulsively. By observing emotions objectively and without judgment, one creates the mental space necessary to act strategically, reinforcing the internal certainty that underlies dangerous confidence. Control over physiological responses is equally important. The body and mind are inseparable. Tension, rapid heartbeat, and shallow breathing can amplify feelings of doubt or fear. Techniques such as deep, controlled breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, and mindful grounding stabilize physiological responses, allowing the mind to maintain composure. By managing the body's reaction to stress, confidence is preserved and projected outwardly, signaling control and authority to others. Reframing fear is a powerful tool. Rather than suppressing or ignoring fear, dangerous confidence involves interpreting it as data and opportunity. Fear signals awareness of risk, not incapability. By analyzing the source of anxiety and treating it as a signal to prepare and act, individuals convert emotional energy into proactive decision-making. Over time, this reframing transforms fear from a hindrance into a mechanism that sharpens focus and enhances confidence. Exposure to controlled stress strengthens emotional resilience. Gradually confronting challenging situations, public speaking, high-stakes negotiation, or unfamiliar tasks conditions the mind to respond without panic. Each successful engagement reinforces the belief that one can handle pressure, reducing sensitivity to fear over time. Habituation to stress ensures that confidence persists even under extreme circumstances. Cognitive restructuring reinforces resilience. Negative or catastrophic thinking undermines confidence, creating exaggerated perceptions of threat or incompetence. By consciously challenging these thoughts and replacing them with realistic, solution-oriented perspectives, individuals strengthen self-assurance. For example, transforming "I might fail" into "I have prepared and can handle this challenge" conditions the mind to maintain composure and decisiveness. Maintaining perspective is essential. High-pressure situations often feel disproportionately intense in the moment. Stepping back, assessing long-term consequences, and evaluating stakes rationally prevent overreaction. Individuals who consistently practice perspective-taking develop the ability to prioritize what truly matters, avoiding unnecessary anxiety and preserving mental clarity. This clarity is critical for sustaining dangerous confidence under pressure. Emotional resilience is reinforced through reflection. After facing a challenging situation, analyzing responses, successes, and mistakes consolidates learning and strengthens internal belief. Reflection ensures that resilience grows from experience rather than trial and error alone. Each review provides actionable insights, refining strategies for managing fear and stress in future scenarios. Support networks enhance resilience by providing perspective and validation. Trusted peers, mentors, or advisors offer constructive feedback, guidance, and reassurance. And while dangerous confidence is internally generated, social reinforcement accelerates the development of composure and self-assurance. Engaging with individuals who model emotional control further strengthens the ability to remain unshaken in high-pressure environments. Consistency in applying these techniques is crucial. Emotional resilience is not developed overnight. It is cultivated through repeated exposure, practice, and reflection. Daily habits of self-awareness, breath control, cognitive reframing, perspective-taking, and reflective analysis embed composure into the individual's response patterns. Over time, these habits create an automatic ability to remain steady, confident, and decisive, regardless of stress. Integration of mental certainty and emotional resilience produces a synergistic effect. The mind's clarity, uncoupled with composure under pressure, enables action that is both calculated and assertive. Fear no longer dictates behavior. Instead, it is acknowledged, assessed, and converted into actionable energy. The combination of internal certainty and emotional control generates the presence, decisiveness, and gravitas associated with dangerous confidence. In summary, mastering emotional resilience requires awareness, physiological control, fear reframing, exposure to controlled stress, cognitive restructuring, perspective taking, reflection, supportive networks, and consistent practice. These strategies allow individuals to maintain composure, act decisively, and project unshakable confidence even in the most challenging circumstances. Emotional resilience transforms potential vulnerability into strength, to enabling confidence that is truly dangerous in its clarity, decisiveness, and influence. In the next chapter, we will explore projecting authority through physical presence, focusing on how posture, movement, and body language communicate dangerous confidence to the world. Chapter 3: Projecting authority through physical presence. Dangerous confidence is visible before a word is spoken. The body communicates power, composure, and certainty in ways that influence perception, command respect, and reinforce internal belief. Physical presence, posture, gestures, movement, and spatial awareness is a key pillar of confidence. Those who master it project authority effortlessly, making others perceive them as capable, decisive, and unflappable. The foundation of physical presence is posture, standing tall with shoulders back, head held high, and a stable stance signals strength and readiness. Posture affects both perception and internal state. An upright posture not only conveys authority to others, but also reinforces the individual's internal confidence. Slouched or tense posture, on the other hand, invites doubt, reduces perceived competence, and undermines mental certainty. Eye contact is equally powerful. Maintaining steady, controlled eye contact communicates attentiveness, confidence, and decisiveness. It signals that one is present, engaged, and unafraid to assert themselves in social and professional situations. However, excessive or aggressive staring can be counterproductive. Balance is key. Practicing intentional eye contact during conversations or presentations helps condition both perception and self-assurance. Gestures and movement contribute to a confident presence. Controlled, deliberate movements convey authority and composure, while erratic or nervous gestures diminish perceived competence. Simple habits such as measured hand movements, minimal fidgeting, and smooth transitions between actions enhance projection of confidence. Movement should align with intention. Every gesture should reinforce the narrative of competence and decisiveness. Voice and tone are extensions of physical presence. A controlled, steady, and clear voice signals authority. Dangerous confidence is reflected in the ability to modulate volume, pace, and inflection to suit context. Speaking too softly or rapidly may convey uncertainty, while measured articulation conveys mastery and credibility. Voice projection combined with deliberate pauses amplifies the perception of decisiveness. Spatial awareness influences perceived dominance and confidence. How one occupies space communicates boundaries, authority, and composure. Standing or sitting in a manner that commands space without aggression demonstrates self-assuredness. Strategic positioning in meetings, social interactions, or public spaces subtly conveys confidence and control over one's environment. Physical conditioning supports presence. Energy, posture, and composure are reinforced by health and vitality. Regular exercise, strength training, and endurance work increase stamina, body awareness, and projection of power. The body's readiness translates into mental confidence, creating a synergy between internal belief and external presentation. But neglecting physical conditioning can weaken both presence and perceived authority. Mirroring confidence in others can enhance influence. Subtle alignment with the posture, gestures, and pace of interlocutors creates rapport while maintaining dominance. Mirroring demonstrates social awareness and control without compromising one's authority. Mastery of such nuanced physical cues strengthens perception of competence and reinforces internal confidence simultaneously. Attention to micro-expressions is critical. Facial expressions reflect emotional state and can either support or undermine confidence. Controlled expressions that align with intention, calm, composed, assertive, reinforce credibility. Avoiding involuntary displays of doubt, frustration, or impatience ensures that physical presence projects consistent assurance. Over time, these controlled expressions become habitual, further embedding the projection of dangerous confidence. Breathing patterns influence both physical presence and mental state. Deep, steady breaths reduce tension, stabilize the voice, and signal composure. Shallow or rapid breathing conveys stress, undermining both perception and internal state. Incorporating mindful breathing into daily routines ensures that under pressure, physical presence remains composed and commanding. Preparation enhances physical confidence. Individuals who anticipate challenges, rehearse movements, and practice presentations or interactions translate readiness into presence. Confidence in the body mirrors confidence in the mind. Each reinforces the other. Physical preparation ensures that actions are deliberate, movements are purposeful, and presence communicates mastery. In summary, projecting authority through physical presence requires mastery of posture, eye contact, gestures, movement, voice, spatial awareness, physical conditioning, mirroring, micro-expressions, breathing, and preparation. Each element reinforces both perception and internal confidence, creating an aura of dangerous assurance. The body becomes a vessel for projecting decisiveness, composure, and competence, making confidence tangible to all observers. When mental certainty, emotional resilience, and physical presence converge, the individual exudes a level of confidence that is magnetic, commanding, and, most importantly, dangerous, capable of influencing outcomes, commanding respect, and achieving objectives with clarity and authority. In the next chapter, Colby will explore mastering decision-making under pressure, focusing on how to act decisively and project authority even when stakes are high and outcomes uncertain. Chapter 4: Mastering Decision-Making Under Pressure. Dangerous confidence is defined as much by action as by presence. The ability to make rapid, accurate decisions under pressure separates those who are merely competent from those who are compelling and influential. Decision-making under stress is a skill that can be developed, refined, and mastered, providing a foundation for unshakable confidence that persists even in high-stakes environments. The first principle in mastering decisions under pressure is clarity of purpose. Understanding your objectives and desired outcomes simplifies choices and reduces hesitation. A clear vision functions as a mental compass, allowing individuals to evaluate options quickly and act decisively. Ambiguity breeds hesitation and doubt, whereas a defined purpose streamlines the decision-making process and reinforces internal certainty. Prioritization is critical. Under pressure, not all decisions carry equal weight. Dangerous confidence requires the ability to distinguish between high-impact and low-impact choices. By focusing attention and resources on the most consequential decisions, individuals maximize effectiveness while minimizing wasted effort. Practicing prioritization in low-stakes scenarios trains the mind to make similar assessments automatically under stress. Mental rehearsal is a powerful tool. Anticipating potential scenarios, challenges, and outcomes allows the mind to prepare responses in advance. And by visualizing difficult decisions and practicing responses, individuals condition themselves to act decisively when real situations arise. Mental rehearsal reduces uncertainty, strengthens confidence, and embeds the capacity to respond under pressure without hesitation. Stress management is essential for effective decision-making. High-pressure situations trigger physiological responses, elevated heart rate, rapid breathing, and heightened tension that can cloud judgment. Techniques such as controlled breathing, grounding exercises, and brief cognitive pauses stabilize mental function, allowing rational analysis to guide action. Mastering stress responses ensures that confidence is maintained even when stakes are high. Risk assessment underlies dangerous decision-making. Confident individuals evaluate potential outcomes logically and weighing benefits, costs, and probabilities. Rather than avoiding risk, they embrace it strategically, understanding the implications of action and inaction. Assessing risks objectively minimizes emotional interference and reinforces the belief that any choice can be managed effectively, enhancing decisiveness and internal assurance. Experience strengthens decision-making under pressure. Exposure to progressively complex scenarios builds a repository of knowledge, judgment, and intuition. Each decision, whether successful or not, provides actionable insights. Dangerous confidence grows as individuals internalize lessons from experience, refining their ability to act accurately and assertively in unfamiliar or high-stakes contexts. Delegation is a strategic component. Confidence under pressure does not necessitate doing everything personally. Recognizing tasks that can be delegated frees cognitive resources for critical decisions. Trusting competent team members and leveraging collective expertise enhances decision quality while reinforcing authority and composure. Delegation is an exercise in both judgment and confidence projection. Time management influences decision quality. Dangerous confidence requires knowing when to act quickly and when to pause for analysis. Overthinking undermines decisiveness. Rushing without evaluation increases error risk. By establishing mental thresholds for assessment and action, individuals cultivate the ability to respond appropriately, maintaining internal and external assurance even under time pressure. Emotional regulation plays a crucial role. Fear, doubt, and overconfidence can distort perception and lead to poor choices. Maintaining composure ensures decisions are grounded in logic and competence rather than reactive emotion. Daily practices in mindfulness, reflection, and stress control strengthen the ability to respond to pressure calmly and assertively, reinforcing the dangerous confidence that stems from mastery of both mind and emotion. Feedback and reflection are integral. After each high-pressure decision, evaluating outcomes, analyzing choices, and identifying lessons ensures continuous improvement. Reflection transforms experience into skill, strengthening future decision-making and reinforcing the internal belief that one can handle uncertainty effectively. Over time, this iterative process embeds decisiveness and confidence as default behaviors. Integration of preparation, of competence and decisiveness amplifies confidence. When the mind is clear, emotions are controlled, and options are assessed accurately, action becomes natural and authoritative. The combination of mental certainty, emotional resilience, physical presence, and decisiveness creates a persona that commands attention, respect, and compliance, marking the individual as dangerously confident. In summary, mastering decision-making under pressure involves clarity of purpose, prioritization, mental rehearsal, stress management, risk assessment, experience, delegation, time management, emotional regulation, and reflective practice. These strategies cultivate the ability to act decisively, maintain composure, and project authority even under high stakes. Dangerous confidence is sustained through repeated practice, strategic evaluation, and the continuous integration of skill, judgment, and composure. In the next chapter, we will explore harnessing influence and persuasion without manipulation, focusing on how confidence interacts with social dynamics to establish authority and command respect naturally. Chapter 5. Harnessing influence and persuasion without manipulation. Dangerous confidence is not only about internal belief and decisive action, it extends to social dynamics. The ability to influence and persuade others naturally without resorting to manipulation magnifies authority and establishes presence in any environment. Influence rooted in competence, clarity, and authenticity strengthens confidence because external validation aligns with internal mastery, creating a feedback loop that reinforces self-assurance. The foundation of influence is credibility, so people follow those who demonstrate competence, consistency, and integrity. Confidence becomes magnetic when others recognize mastery, reliability, and decisiveness. Dangerous confidence relies on authentic authority, not superficial charm or coercion. Competence establishes the baseline of credibility, while consistent behavior under pressure reinforces trust and strengthens influence. Clarity of communication is essential. Articulating ideas with precision, coherence, and intent ensures that others understand and respect your perspective. Vagueness or ambiguity undermines perceived competence, while deliberate, structured communication conveys authority. The tone, pace, and choice of words further enhance the perception of control and mastery. Those who speak confidently with aligned posture and measured gestures project influence effortlessly. Understanding psychological principles without exploiting them is a strategic approach to persuasion. Recognizing human tendencies, such as social proof, consistency, and reciprocity, allows individuals to structure communication and interactions for clarity and alignment rather than manipulation. Dangerous confidence manifests when influence is exercised ethically, creating voluntary cooperation and respect rather than reliance on fear or deception. Listening is a powerful tool in influence. Active listening demonstrates attentiveness, empathy, and respect, which fosters rapport and trust. By understanding motivations, concerns, and perspectives, one can align communication and proposals with others' priorities. This approach enhances persuasive ability while maintaining integrity, reinforcing both internal and external confidence. Nonverbal cues are critical in persuasion. Posture, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact all communicate certainty and authority. People respond to subtle signals of confidence even before words are processed. Mastery of nonverbal communication ensures that presence reinforces the credibility of messages, strengthening the overall influence of the individual. Framing arguments effectively is another key aspect. Presenting ideas in ways that highlight benefits, align with values, and anticipate objections enhances receptivity. Strategic framing increases the likelihood of agreement without coercion, demonstrating competence and foresight. Those who master framing project a confident understanding of context, priorities, and outcomes, which commands respect naturally. So building rapport through authenticity reinforces persuasion. Dangerous confidence is grounded in self-assurance, which allows individuals to engage others genuinely rather than relying on manipulation. Authentic connections create trust, making influence both ethical and sustainable. People are more likely to follow, respect, and cooperate with someone whose confidence is real and whose intentions are transparent. Strategic timing amplifies influence. Knowing when to speak, act, or propose solutions enhances effectiveness. Premature assertions or delayed interventions can undermine authority. Dangerous confidence includes the ability to read situations, assess readiness, and act at the optimal moment. Timing, combined with clarity and competence, maximizes the impact of persuasion and strengthens perceived authority. Consistency between words and actions is essential. Influence is reinforced when behavior aligns with communication. Contradictions erode trust and weaken authority. Individuals who consistently deliver on promises demonstrate integrity and act decisively build credibility over time. This alignment between internal confidence and external behavior projects a powerful presence that others naturally respect. Feedback and adaptability are integral. Observing responses, adjusting messaging, and learning from interactions ensures continuous improvement in influence. Those who reflect on social outcomes refine both communication and perception, embedding strategies for ethical persuasion that reinforce dangerous confidence. Adaptability ensures that influence remains effective across varied contexts and personalities. Confidence itself is contagious. When others sense self-assurance grounded in competence and clarity, they become more receptive to guidance, suggestions, and leadership. By cultivating dangerous confidence, individuals naturally enhance influence without coercion. The combination of mental certainty, emotional resilience, physical presence, and ethical social strategies produces a presence that commands respect and fosters cooperation. In summary, harnessing influence and persuasion without manipulation requires credibility, clarity, understanding human behavior, active listening, nonverbal mastery, framing, authenticity, strategic timing, consistency, feedback, and adaptability. These strategies allow individuals to project authority, gain voluntary cooperation, and strengthen social influence while reinforcing internal confidence. A dangerous confidence magnifies impact when it integrates competence, composure, and ethical social mastery. In the next chapter, we will explore maintaining focus and avoiding distraction, showing how disciplined attention amplifies confidence and effectiveness in every domain. Chapter 6. Maintaining focus and avoiding distraction. Dangerous confidence is fueled by the ability to concentrate fully on objectives and act decisively without being derailed by distractions. Focus is the cognitive backbone of competence. Without it, skill, composure, and authority cannot manifest consistently. Individuals who maintain disciplined attention achieve results more efficiently, reinforcing internal belief and projecting unmistakable confidence to others. The first principle in sustaining focus is clarity of purpose. When objectives are well defined, the mind naturally prioritizes actions that advance those goals. Ambiguity breeds indecision, self-doubt, and scattered effort, while a clear mission directs energy toward meaningful action. Dangerous confidence arises when focus is unwavering, attention is selective, and mental resources are allocated to what truly matters. Environmental control is critical. External distractions, noise, clutter, interruptions, erode attention and diminish perceived competence. Structuring spaces to minimize interruptions, optimize ergonomics, and signal readiness for action supports sustained focus. Physical order reinforces mental order. Environments that support productivity amplify confidence because they create conditions for success rather than stress. Mental discipline strengthens focus. Practicing sustained attention through deliberate exercises such as timed work sessions, meditation, or problem-solving challenges enhances the brain's capacity to resist distraction. Each successful period of concentrated effort builds neural pathways that make focus habitual. Dangerous confidence grows when mental clarity becomes an automatic response rather than a forced effort. Prioritization and task management are essential. Not all demands on attention are equally valuable. Assessing tasks by importance and impact ensures that energy is devoted to actions that advance goals. Eliminating or delegating low-value tasks preserves cognitive resources, allowing critical decisions and strategic actions to be executed with authority. Prioritization is both practical and psychological, reinforcing control over time and outcomes. And the management of internal distractions, doubt, worry, and emotional turbulence is equally important. Mental clarity is compromised when attention is fragmented by unproductive thoughts. Techniques such as cognitive reframing, journaling, and focused breathing reduce internal noise, allowing the mind to operate efficiently. Self-assurance strengthens when thoughts align with intention, reinforcing the foundation of dangerous confidence. Micro-habits enhance sustained attention. Small routines, such as consistent start-of-day planning, timed breaks and checkpoints for progress, maintain engagement and reduce mental fatigue. Habitual structuring of focus prevents lapses in attention, ensuring that competence and decisiveness are consistently projected. Each disciplined cycle reinforces confidence, creating a feedback loop between action, success, and internal belief. Time blocking is a practical method for controlling attention. Allocating specific periods for high-priority tasks prevents multitasking, which fractures focus and reduces effectiveness. By committing to dedicated blocks of concentrated effort, individuals complete tasks more efficiently, reinforcing their capability and authority. The discipline of time blocking fosters both productivity and the perception of mastery. Digital distractions pose a unique challenge in modern contexts. Constant notifications, messages, and social media interruptions fragment attention and undermine composure. Deliberate management, such as device silencing, app restrictions, or scheduled checking periods, protects cognitive bandwidth. Preserving uninterrupted focus signals both internal discipline and outward confidence, projecting an aura of control and intentionality. Resilience against fatigue and cognitive overload is critical. Extended periods of focus require energy management through nutrition, hydration, rest, and exercise. Mental stamina supports sustained attention, ensuring that decision-making, composure, and presence remain intact under prolonged demands. Confidence is reinforced when energy and focus are maintained, even during challenging or extended engagements. Visualization of tasks and outcomes enhances sustained focus. By mentally rehearsing objectives, steps, and potential obstacles, the mind anticipates challenges and aligns attention with purpose. This proactive approach reduces uncertainty, strengthens readiness, and ensures that focus translates into effective action. Visualization reinforces internal certainty, enabling confident execution under pressure. Finally, reflection and adjustment consolidate focus strategies. Evaluating where attention was effective, identifying moments of distraction, and adjusting routines ensures continuous improvement. Each cycle of reflection strengthens the ability to maintain concentrated effort, reinforcing confidence by demonstrating mastery over mental resources. In summary, maintaining focus and avoiding distraction requires clarity of purpose, environmental control, mental discipline, prioritization, internal noise management, micro-habits, time blocking, digital management, resilience, visualization, and reflective adjustment. Mastery of attention amplifies competence, decisiveness, and authority, creating a presence that is both effective and commanding. And dangerous confidence thrives when focus is disciplined, deliberate, and unwavering, allowing action, influence, and composure to align consistently. In the next chapter, we will explore developing unstoppable self-belief, examining strategies to internalize confidence so deeply that it becomes impervious to external doubt or criticism. Chapter 7. Developing unstoppable self-belief. Dangerously confident individuals possess a level of self-belief that is unwavering and impervious to external doubt. This belief is not blind optimism or arrogance. It is grounded in preparation, competence, experience, and self-awareness. Unstoppable self-belief allows individuals to act decisively, persevere through challenges, and project authority even when faced with criticism or uncertainty. The foundation of self-belief is competence. Confidence built on real ability is resilient. Practicing skills deliberately, mastering areas of expertise, and accumulating experience creates evidence of capability. Each completed task, challenge overcome, and problem solved reinforces the internal narrative. I am capable, I can handle this. Dangerous confidence is inseparable from demonstrated skill because self-belief without competence is fragile and vulnerable to reality's test. Experience cultivates self-trust. Exposure to progressively difficult situations teaches the mind that obstacles can be managed, fear can be overcome, and success is achievable through action. Each encounter provides proof that capabilities are reliable, reinforcing belief in one's judgment and capacity. Dangerous confidence grows cumulatively as experience confirms competence and strengthens the mind's trust in itself. Mental rehearsal strengthens self-belief. By visualizing successful outcomes, anticipating challenges, and mentally executing actions, individuals prepare their mind for real-world scenarios. Visualization reduces uncertainty and embeds confidence in the neural pathways associated with skill execution. The brain becomes accustomed to success before it occurs, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of internal assurance that supports decisive action. Internal dialogue shapes self-belief. The mind naturally generates narratives that can either strengthen or undermine confidence. Dangerous confidence requires active management of self-talk, replacing doubt, criticism, or fear with constructive, reality-based affirmations. That are statements like, "I am prepared and capable," or "I can adapt to handle this challenge," rewire perception and behavior over time, embedding belief in competence and authority. Resilience reinforces self-belief. Challenges, setbacks, and criticism are inevitable. Individuals with unstoppable confidence perceive obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than threats to identity. By analyzing failure objectively and extracting actionable lessons, self-belief is preserved and even strengthened. Resilience ensures that confidence does not fluctuate with circumstances, creating a stable foundation for dangerous authority. Comparison and external validation are minimized. While feedback is useful, relying excessively on others' opinions weakens internal certainty. Dangerous confidence is internally anchored, or external affirmation enhances but does not dictate belief. Developing independence from external judgment allows the individual to maintain composure, act decisively, and uphold authority regardless of others' perceptions. Goal setting and progressive achievement reinforce belief. Establishing clear, measurable objectives and accomplishing them incrementally provides tangible evidence of capability. Each success becomes a building block demonstrating that effort, skill, and strategy consistently produce results. Over time, this accumulative evidence of effectiveness strengthens internal trust and magnifies dangerous confidence. Habits of preparation sustain self-belief. Confidence is fragile when one feels unprepared or uncertain. Deliberate planning, rehearsal, and review create conditions where action is informed, deliberate, and effective. Preparation is both practical and psychological. It reduces uncertainty, enhances readiness, and signals to the mind that success is achievable. The more prepared the individual feels, the stronger their internal belief becomes. Alignment of action and identity solidifies self-belief. Acting consistently with personal values, skills, and objectives reinforces the internal narrative of competence and integrity. Inconsistencies between beliefs, intentions, and behavior generate internal conflict and weaken confidence. By ensuring that actions reflect self-concept and capability, belief becomes habitual, automatic, and unshakable. Support networks amplify self-belief when aligned with growth. Mentors, peers, and advisors who provide constructive feedback, guidance, and modeling offer external validation that complements internal certainty. Observing the mastery of others, learning strategies, and applying lessons reinforces the belief that competence is achievable and replicable. Dangerous confidence is strengthened when external support validates internal mastery without becoming a crutch. Finally, reflection consolidates self-belief. Regular review of experiences, decisions, and achievements allows individuals to internalize success and integrate lessons from setbacks. Reflection transforms experience into evidence of competence, reinforcing the internal narrative of capability. Over time, this practice ensures that confidence is self-sustaining, impervious to doubt, and consistent across contexts. In summary, developing unstoppable self-belief requires competence, experience, mental rehearsal, uncontrolled internal dialogue, resilience, independence from external validation, goal achievement, preparation, alignment of action and identity, support networks, and reflection. This self-belief forms the bedrock of dangerous confidence, enabling decisive action, composure under pressure, and a presence that commands respect. When internal certainty is unshakable, external challenges cannot diminish confidence. It becomes both enduring and formidable. In the next chapter, we will explore harnessing risk and uncertainty to amplify confidence, demonstrating how dangerous confidence leverages challenges as opportunities to assert authority and reinforce competence. Chapter 8: Harnessing Risk and Uncertainty to Amplify Confidence. Dangerously confident individuals do not merely endure risk, they leverage it. As confidence grows when challenges are embraced strategically, uncertainty is managed, and calculated risks are taken to expand influence, competence, and authority. Risk is not the absence of caution, but the deliberate engagement with situations where outcomes are uncertain, stakes are high, and decisive action distinguishes leaders from followers. The first principle of harnessing risk is accurate assessment. Understanding the variables, probabilities, and potential consequences allows individuals to approach uncertainty strategically rather than blindly. Dangerous confidence arises from informed action. By evaluating situations logically, weighing options, and anticipating obstacles, one transforms potential threats into opportunities for growth. Each successful navigation of risk reinforces the internal narrative of capability and decisiveness. Incremental exposure to risk builds mastery. Engaging in progressively challenging scenarios conditions the mind and body to respond effectively under pressure. Gradual escalation from manageable challenges to high-stakes situations creates a feedback loop where competence is proven, internal belief is reinforced, and fear is diminished. Dangerous confidence grows as each encounter demonstrates that uncertainty is not an obstacle, but a test of preparation and skill. Decision-making under uncertainty is essential. Unlike controlled or familiar environments, risky situations often present incomplete information. Confidence emerges when individuals learn to act decisively despite ambiguity. Mental rehearsal, scenario analysis, and reliance on accumulated experience allow rapid, informed decisions that maximize outcomes while minimizing unnecessary exposure to error. Decisive action under uncertainty signals both internal trust and external authority. Embracing discomfort is a hallmark of dangerous confidence. Risk inherently involves stress, fear, and potential failure. Those who avoid discomfort limit growth and maintain only fragile confidence. By confronting challenges deliberately, individuals cultivate resilience, enhance problem-solving ability, and reinforce belief in their capacity to overcome obstacles. Each successful engagement with discomfort strengthens the perception, both internal and external, of unshakable competence. Reframing risk as opportunity transforms perspective. Fear of loss or failure can paralyze, whereas viewing challenges as avenues for skill demonstration and growth energizes action. Dangerous confidence thrives when the mind interprets uncertainty as a testing ground for competence, a stage to assert authority, and a chance to prove capability. Reframing risk in this manner converts anxiety into actionable motivation. Preparation is the key to calculated risk. Confidence is fragile when action is uninformed or reactive. By acquiring knowledge, developing skills, and rehearsing potential scenarios, individuals reduce uncertainty and increase control. The combination of preparation and willingness to engage amplifies confidence, allowing action to be executed decisively rather than hesitantly. Those who act with informed certainty signal authority and competence to observers. Learning from outcomes strengthens future confidence. Each risk taken, whether successful or not, provides data that can refine judgment, improve strategy, and reinforce internal belief. Dangerous confidence grows through iterative experience, where mistakes are treated as lessons and successes as evidence of capability. Reflection ensures that risk-taking is not reckless but purposeful, reinforcing both competence and self-assurance. Controlled boldness enhances perception. Individuals who demonstrate the ability to take decisive action in uncertain contexts communicate authority, composure, and mastery. Bold actions, when backed by competence and preparation, signal to others that the individual is not intimidated by complexity or challenge. This perception amplifies influence, respect, and the internal reinforcement of self-belief. Risk tolerance must be balanced with strategic judgment. Dangerous confidence is not recklessness, it is calculated courage. Understanding limits, leveraging resources, and anticipating consequences ensures that risk amplifies confidence without leading to avoidable failure. The combination of courage, prudence, and preparation creates a magnetic presence that commands attention and respect. Integration of mental certainty, emotional resilience, self-belief, and calculated risk creates exponential confidence. The ability to engage challenges decisively, maintain composure under pressure, and leverage uncertainty as a platform for competence projects authority that is both tangible and formidable. Dangerous confidence manifests when action aligns with internal mastery and external perception, or producing results that reinforce self-assurance and influence simultaneously. In summary, harnessing risk and uncertainty to amplify confidence involves accurate assessment, incremental exposure, decisive action under ambiguity, embracing discomfort, reframing challenges, preparation, reflection, controlled boldness, strategic judgment, and integration with internal competence. These strategies allow individuals to convert uncertainty into opportunity, demonstrating mastery, reinforcing self-belief, and projecting authority that is unmistakable. Dangerous confidence is strengthened when risk is approached deliberately, skillfully, and strategically, transforming challenges into stages for asserting competence and influence. In the next chapter, we will explore building a magnetic presence that commands respect, focusing on the final layer of dangerous confidence, how internal mastery and external projection combine to create influence that is immediate, compelling, and undeniable. Chapter 9. Building a magnetic presence that commands respect. Dangerous confidence is fully realized when internal mastery manifests externally as a presence that draws attention, commands respect, and influences outcomes. A magnetic presence is not about superficial charm or theatrics. It is the natural projection of mental certainty, emotional resilience, physical authority, and self-belief. Those who cultivate this presence create an aura of capability and composure that others instinctively recognize and respond to. The foundation of magnetic presence is authenticity. Individuals who project authority without pretense exude trustworthiness and reliability. Dangerous confidence is not performative. It aligns internal belief with external expression. Authenticity communicates clarity of purpose, mastery, and decisiveness, ensuring that presence is compelling because it is rooted in competence rather than artifice. Nonverbal communication is a primary tool in establishing magnetic presence. Posture, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact all convey confidence and authority. A controlled, upright posture signals readiness and stability, while deliberate gestures emphasize points and demonstrate composure. Steady eye contact communicates engagement, attentiveness, and decisiveness. These nonverbal cues reinforce internal belief and signal authority to observers without a word being spoken. Voice modulation enhances presence. The tone, cadence, and volume of speech communicate competence, composure, and intentionality. A calm, measured voice conveys certainty and control, while pauses allow emphasis and signal deliberation. Dangerous confidence emerges when voice and body language align seamlessly, projecting authority and credibility simultaneously. Energy management is critical. Those with magnetic presence project controlled energy that inspires attention and respect. Overexuberance can appear frantic. Lethargy signals doubt. Balanced, purposeful energy conveys control, readiness, and mastery. Regular physical conditioning, mindfulness, and deliberate engagement of body and mind ensure that energy levels support consistent presence and influence. Emotional alignment strengthens magnetic presence. Hidden confidence is amplified when emotions support intention rather than contradict it. Maintaining composure, demonstrating calm decisiveness, and responding proportionately to circumstances signals internal stability. This alignment communicates authority and builds trust, making others more receptive to guidance, influence, and leadership. Attentive listening contributes to perceived presence. Observing, acknowledging, and understanding others conveys engagement and respect, enhancing relational authority. Magnetic individuals balance speaking and listening, ensuring that communication is deliberate and persuasive. By combining awareness with projection, they maintain control of interactions while cultivating rapport and credibility. Consistency reinforces presence. Actions, communication, and behavior must align across contexts. Inconsistencies erode authority and undermine confidence. Individuals who reliably demonstrate competence, integrity, and decisiveness strengthen the perception of reliability and mastery. This alignment between behavior and internal belief creates a presence that is both predictable and commanding, qualities that naturally attract respect. Strategic assertiveness amplifies presence. Speaking or acting with intention, even in high-pressure scenarios, signals decisiveness and internal certainty. Avoiding unnecessary aggression, exaggeration, or pretense ensures that assertiveness is perceived as competence rather than arrogance. Dangerous confidence thrives when actions are deliberate, purposeful, and visibly aligned with mastery. Control over focus enhances presence. Being fully engaged in every interaction, conversation, feat, or task communicates attention, capability, and respect. Multitasking or distraction diminishes perceived authority. Dangerous confidence is projected through consistent mental clarity, ensuring that presence is not merely physical but cognitively compelling. Preparation underpins magnetic presence. Individuals who anticipate scenarios, rehearse interactions, and develop mastery in their domain project competence naturally. Knowledge, readiness, and practiced execution reinforce internal belief and external perception simultaneously. Observers sense when someone is fully prepared, and this perception reinforces respect and influence. Integration of mental certainty, emotional resilience, physical presence, decision-making, risk management, and social influence produces magnetic authority. Dangerous confidence is not a single attribute, but a convergence of skills, habits, and mindsets. When all these elements align, presence becomes immediately recognizable, compelling attention, commanding respect, and facilitating influence effortlessly. In summary, building a magnetic presence that commands respect involves authenticity, nonverbal mastery, voice modulation, energy management, emotional alignment, attentive listening, consistency, strategic assertiveness, focus, preparation, and integration of internal and external mastery. When internal competence is projected externally with precision and authenticity, confidence becomes tangible, influence is amplified, and respect is naturally commanded. Dangerous confidence is realized not only in thought and action, but in the aura that surrounds the individual, creating an undeniable impact on all who observe. In the next chapter, we will explore sustaining dangerous confidence over a lifetime, detailing strategies to maintain, adapt, and reinforce confidence consistently, ensuring it remains unshakable in every circumstance. Chapter 10. Sustaining dangerous confidence. Over a lifetime, dangerous confidence is not a temporary state, it is a skill, a mindset, and a way of being that must be maintained and cultivated throughout life. True confidence is sustained through continuous practice, reflection, and adaptation. Without deliberate effort, even the most formidable self-assurance can erode over time due to complacency, stress, or shifting circumstances. The final layer of mastery is ensuring that confidence remains unshakable, adaptive, and aligned with evolving challenges and opportunities. The foundation of lifelong confidence is continuous self-awareness. Individuals who sustain dangerous confidence consistently evaluate their strengths, weaknesses, beliefs, and behaviors. Regular self-assessment prevents stagnation, identifies areas for improvement, and reinforces understanding of personal capabilities. Self-awareness ensures that internal certainty is grounded in reality, maintaining alignment between perception and actual competence. Deliberate practice remains essential. Mastery is not static. Skills, knowledge, and decision-making abilities require refinement and updating. Lifelong learning, deliberate skill development, and engagement with progressively challenging situations ensure that competence remains relevant and effective. Confidence is reinforced when individuals consistently demonstrate mastery in areas that matter, creating an enduring foundation of self-assurance. Adaptability is critical for sustaining confidence over time. Circumstances, social environments, and personal capacities evolve. Individuals must adjust strategies, perspectives, and behaviors to remain effective. Dangerous confidence thrives when flexibility is combined with core principles of decisiveness, composure, and competence. Adaptation does not compromise authority. It strengthens resilience and reinforces the ability to succeed in diverse contexts. Reflection consolidates experience into enduring confidence. Periodic review of past decisions, successes, failures, and lessons internalizes learning. Reflective practice ensures that knowledge and insight are integrated into the individual's mental framework, allowing past achievements to reinforce present assurance. Dangerous confidence becomes self-sustaining when reflection converts experience into actionable understanding. Emotional regulation over time is vital. Life presents continual stresses, uncertainty, and challenges. Sustained confidence requires ongoing management of fear, doubt, and anxiety. Techniques such as mindfulness, meditation, cognitive reframing, and controlled breathing maintain composure and mental clarity, ensuring that confidence remains steady regardless of external pressures. Emotional consistency reinforces both internal belief and external perception of authority. Maintaining physical and mental health supports lifelong confidence. Energy, vitality, and presence are intimately connected to overall well-being. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, rest, and cognitive stimulation enhance resilience, focus, and decisiveness. Neglecting these areas can erode both internal certainty and external projection, undermining long-term confidence. Dangerous confidence is reinforced when the body and mind are prepared to meet challenges effectively. Cultivating a support network enhances sustainability. Trusted peers, mentors, and advisors provide perspective, feedback, and accountability. Engaging with individuals who model composure, competence, and ethical influence encourages continuous growth. Support networks reinforce confidence by providing external validation aligned with internal mastery, ensuring that dangerous self-assurance remains grounded and adaptable. Key habits of preparation and strategic foresight preserve confidence. Anticipating challenges, rehearsing responses, and maintaining readiness prevent uncertainty from undermining authority. Consistent planning and proactive action ensure that confidence is not reactive, but proactive, making the individual capable of navigating change and adversity with assurance. Resilience through adversity reinforces long-term confidence. Life inevitably presents setbacks, failures, and unexpected challenges. Individuals who approach adversity as an opportunity to test, refine, and demonstrate capability solidify their internal belief. Each obstacle successfully navigated becomes evidence of mastery, reinforcing self-assurance and projecting authority to others. Dangerous confidence deepens through continuous demonstration of resilience in the face of life's inevitable unpredictability. Integration of lifelong strategies creates enduring dangerous confidence. Mental certainty, emotional resilience, physical presence, decisive action, ethical influence, focused attention, self-belief, calculated risk-taking, and magnetic presence converge to form a holistic framework. When practiced consistently and adapted to changing circumstances, confidence becomes a permanent aspect of identity, evident in every action, decision, and interaction. In summary, sustaining dangerous confidence over a lifetime requires continuous self-awareness, deliberate practice, adaptability, reflection, emotional regulation, physical and mental health, supportive networks, preparation, resilience, and an integration of internal and external mastery. This sustained approach ensures that confidence is not fleeting but a permanent, unshakable presence that empowers action, influence, and authority across all areas of life. By committing to these practices, individuals maintain dangerous confidence that is consistent, adaptive, and formidable, enabling them to navigate challenges and opportunities with unwavering assurance. With this final chapter, the framework of dangerous confidence, from mental certainty to emotional resilience, physical presence, decision-making, influence, focus, self-belief, risk management, magnetic presence, and lifelong sustainability, is complete. Practiced consistently, these strategies create a persona that commands respect, inspires action, and embodies unshakable authority.